The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, Zobu, reigning by master.
You see how they're messing them? Do you see how disgraceful?
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, Zobu, reigning
We are live and we are direct. You may not like it and fight high. If you like it, if you don't like it, you don't we are live and we are
are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you are talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in Suya, maybe in Kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it, and confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession, you're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want Obia not to listen. I want Ekpa to listen. I want Ekpa, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, who put them to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason. We are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in in Damaturu or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people. They are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession or whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you're talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in Suya, maybe in Kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it. And confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession. You're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want Obia not to listen. I want Ekpa to listen. I want Ekpa, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, who put them to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason. We are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in Damaturu or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people. They are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession or whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are giving amnesty to are Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Fulani kidnappers, Fulani headsmen who are murderers and land-grabbing urchins. These are the people that are giving amnesty to. You people should reason. You zoo animals called Nigerians reason for once. The hypocrisy in Fulani, their hypocrisy is astonishing. Hypocrites. Fulani, who is responsible for the state of almost anarchy in the zoo, who is responsible for the hopelessness of the security framework of the zoo, Fulani, who is responsible for insecurity, Fulani, who are the bandits, Fulani, who are the terrorists in the zoo, Fulani, which people are going about slaughtering and taking over other people's farmlands. It is you. You people are the problem. Unfortunately, some idiots from the south cannot see it. You wanted to show us that you know how to write grammar, writing rubbish about one Nigeria. You are defending something that is indefensible. Indefensible. Indefensible, you fools. Some smelly rats, some smelly garbage, gutter, alamajiri, gutter. The lowest of the low. If it's one of those of their fools talking, I will even understand. From the gutter. Not contributed one single thing to the advancement of the zoo. Not one single contribution has the Fulani ever made. Tell me one national contribution that the Fulani has ever made to the advancement of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Just name one thing, absolutely nothing. They want power. Power and control of oil and gas. That's all they need. That's all they want. So they can run your lives for you and control your destiny. And you're not ashamed of yourself to claim that you're educated. But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Ekpa, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu, not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these no-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
We have tried to live in Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us. We have found it difficult to live in that Nigeria. We have fought a civil war, killed so many people, and still we have the same problems reoccurring. Perhaps the time has come to revisit the very foundations of Nigeria.
si na a ga-ata anyị ahụhụ ma ọ bụrụ na anyị fee arụsị anyị wee na-efe arụsị iwe were iwe gị na ọnụma gị wee bịa leta anyị ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị kunie ka ọgụ ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị niile n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọpụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha gaa n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọhịa nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwe sịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwe sịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wee hụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akwa ọba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chizọba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye obi na anyị bụ ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ bịa ka iwe tịtụ ozu ọ bụ okowa mgbe emilere Goliat Chineke nna nke igwe wee memiri Fero sikwa otu a mee ka Fero bụ ọgụzọ n'ihu ụmụ ndị IPOB ka o wee taa akọkọ ikuni ọtọ ọzọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụ gụ nwa bụ ekegere n'igwe n'ụwa nwe onye ọbụla kere gị nweghị mmalite nweghị ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị bụ anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama marakwa na okwu gị na-anọgide gị mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu nke abịa ma
ise. Good evening, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. I welcome you to this program this evening here on IPOB Western Cape South Africa Media. I welcome you, all lovers of freedom, wherever you are. As I welcome you, I want you to welcome others. I want to welcome your friends, welcome your relatives, welcome everybody that you know that love freedom. Because what we are doing here is preaching the freedom of our people. So I want you to share the program in all the platforms where you belong. As you are joining us this evening, I want you to also like the program, invite everyone, tell them about IPOB Western Cape Media. Tell them they need to hear about us, because from this page, from these channels, from this platform, we are dishing out words of encouragement. We are trying our possible best to educate our people, because things has really gone wrong in this struggle. Because what we see today is people who are fighting against each other, and we need to put all those things to rest. I welcome you. Share the program. Do not join this program without sharing it first. Share it, you like it, so that other people may join us. To all my Christian comrades around the world, I say to you, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. This is IPOB Western Cape. Here we speak nothing but the truth. We are without fear or favor. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but to represent and to defend our fatherland, Biafra. Because to us, it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. If you are offended by our resolve, we have no apologies for that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of IPOB worldwide, and his position is incontestable. IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. Welcome once again to IPOB, Western Cape South Africa Media, saying it the way it is. Fellow Biafrans, I bring you greetings from my coordinator, Mazi Innocent Alia, Western Cape representative. I also bring you greetings from all the coordinators here in IPOB South Africa. We are here, we are men, and we are representing Biafra in all angles. I also bring you greetings, fellow Biafrans, from all the executives of IPOB Western Cape, South Africa. In this part of the world, we believe that we have only but one option. And that option we have is the restoration of Biafra. To other people, they may have other options. They may have option B and option A and option B. But for us, it is one option, one road in, one road out. As you go in, there is no coming out. So we are doing everything within our power to restore Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's words is final. That is the reason why IPOB Code of Conduct to us is a law. There is nothing that is higher than IPOB Code of Conduct. There is no individual in this struggle that is higher than IPOB Code of Conduct. IPOB Code of Conduct to us is like a compass. IPOB Code of Conduct is for us something that we cannot do without. That is why here in IPOB Western Cape, we are so determined to follow the IPOB Code of Conduct to the conclusion. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not here right now, but IPOB Code of Conduct is representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately you start to do and adhere to the IPOB Code of Conduct, you automatically taking orders from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And remember, as IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader. We have no other leader in IPOB. So I want you to bear this in mind. And as you already know, we must continue to pray for our leaders' release. At this point, it is imperative that we make it very, very clear to everyone who cares to listen that the Nigerian system is finding it so difficult to release our leader. And as it is, I am not seeing it as something that is possible if we don't do what we're supposed to do. What is that thing that we're supposed to do? We're supposed to form a formidable front. Supposed to form a unity. People, even I said it, even if we don't agree on the inside, but outside we have to put up a front that will make our enemies to get afraid of us. If we continue going the way we are going, the enemies will never be afraid of us. The enemies will never take us serious. So, I welcome you once again. As you know, my name is Mazi Onyebuchi. I am the host And by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abịama pụrụ m ihe niile, I am the Parklands Unit Coordinator. So I welcome you, fellow Biafrans. I say to you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, depending where you are watching us from. Without taking much of your time, fellow Biafrans, I have a guest in our midst this evening, and I would like to hand over the microphone to my guest, who will introduce himself, though he don't need much introduction, because if you are a follower of this page, you must know who he is. But as this is part of our customs here, we must always introduce ourselves for those who are joining us for the first time, because every day we are getting new viewers. So, Maazi, please kindly introduce yourself to Biafrans so we can move with this speed. You are welcome.
Thank you so much, my coordinator. My name is Comrade Philip Okeke. I am a member of IPOB in Western Cape here, and I'm also a member of IPOB Payroll Unit, and I am the secretary for IPOB Payroll Unit. I want to thank you, especially for inviting me to this program once again to tell people my opinion on the issues that is happening within IPOB. And it's my honor to be here, and I will do my utmost to enlighten our people, to make them know what we should be doing, so that our leader will come out and Biafra will be restored. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Maazi, you are highly welcome, and it is always a pleasure to have you in our midst. So, without taking much of our time, this evening we have used, if you are a follower of this page, you will agree with me that in this page we are trying everything possible to be neutral in everything we do. In this page, we are not driven by propagandas. We're not driven by hate. We're not driven by any form of evil agenda. We are pure. Because in IPOB, Mazen Mekano said, if you must be part of this noble family, you must be white. And you shall be whiter than the snow. If you have any flawness, if you have any spot, then you are not part of IPOB. So in this page, in this platform, we try our possible best to be neutral. We try to, remove every form of envy and jealousy, because we cannot get Biafra with envy and jealousy. First, we need to unite. Then we move. It doesn't matter who is in the front, who is at the middle, or who is behind. The point is that we have but one agenda. So we have tried our best to use this platform to educate our people and try to call the attention of those who are going astray. But the more you do all this, the worse it gets. Every day, sycophants keep springing up from all angles. And sometimes when I listen to these people, I ask myself, are these people really Biafrans, or are they trying to deceive us? But the truth is that they are really, really Biafrans, but what is disturbing them is envy, jealousy, and the ignorant. Because you must understand that in this struggle, Biafra is the goal. Just like the Christians will say, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. That is what the Bible says. That is it. Here, as a freedom fighter, looking unto Biafra. So, if you are an IPOB member, no matter who you are, no matter the position you occupied in IPOB, you must know that it is not about individuals. It's not about anybody. If you remember when I was reading our slogans, I said, for us, it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. There's no other thing. Any other person can die and go away. Biafra remains even after us. So we must put our eyes on that goal, which is Biafra, irrespective of the distractions. But unfortunately, distractions are getting too much. But this evening, I know probably some people may not like the direction that I'm going to, this program is taking this evening. But to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Because when I look at what is happening in Middle Belt, I said, whoa, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Chukwokike, for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If not for him, who has risen, who brought us to this point, what would have been our stories? Our own case would have been so war, because there are no men who would have spoken for us if not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, look at it. Look at what you are seeing all over the news, all over the zoo. Even those in Ukraine and Israel, they are better. At least their own is pronounced. The world knows that there is war in Israel and there is war in Ukraine. But here down in the zoo, there is no war that is pronounced, but silent war. People are being killed, massacred in their bed, in their villages, in their towns, all over these places. And nobody is talking about it. If it has not gotten to you, know it that it is only because we have IPOB, we have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because I don't want to say IPOB now because I don't understand, but we have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who created such awareness that really affected the movement of these terrorists down to our land. So I am going to go, the direction we're going to go to this evening is is for those who have mind of reasoning. It's for those who have understanding. For those who are not emotional about what we are doing. I'm always against people that are emotional. Reason is because when you are emotional, you get it wrong. You always get it wrong each time you are emotional, because you'll be judging from the point of emotion. So you cannot be pure, you cannot get it right. So I am not, our program this evening is not for those emotional beings, those emotional fools who are littered all over this internet, who parade themselves as IPOB members here and there, who are parading themselves as DOS defenders and all that stuff. No, I am here for something more serious. Maka na ndị Igbo si na alụ nsị kpagide ike egosi osisi eji tụọ ya. And remember that this is end of the year. After every year, for those in business, stock is taken. And here we are today to take stock. And the stock we are taking today is because there has been a lot of noise on social media. And we want to put some things to rest this evening. If you are a supporter of DOS who sees nothing bad or good with what they are doing, this program is for you. And also, if you are a supporter of Simon Ekpa and you think he is doing everything or he has not done anything as his enemy, also this program this evening is for you, because we want to put both parties in contest. We want to put them in a, what does it call? In weight. We want to weigh them. We want to weigh them and know what the weight, their actual, what they are able to do. Because without doing all these things, some fools will not know that you don't only talk, you walk your talk. Talking is not enough because talk is cheap. You talk, you walk your talk. And if you say you are defending, you are following Mazo Ebuchi on this page, you should be able to point out, okay, this is what I said Mazo Ebuchi is capable of doing. This is what Mazo Ebuchi have done. Since I've been following his page, his program, he is doing this, he has been able to do that, able to do this. But if you cannot pinpoint all these points, then you are not a good listener. So as a listener of this page, you should be able to know what I am doing in this page. So therefore, our program this evening, the topic says DOS and Simon Ekpa, a result time. Because in every year, there is always time for result. For those in school, after each term, there is result comes out. And then at the end of the year, the result that will either promote you or stay you where you are. Yes. So now, at this point, Mazi, this is our topic this evening, because I have heard when people come out on social media and say, yes, DOS has done that, DOS has done this, DOS is able to do that, DOS is doing that. Now, I am not disputing anything. That is why I invited you this evening, because if it is only my report, it may not be accurate. But when two people have given a report, you can take it as authentic. That is why you are here. And I want you to be direct without any kind of trying to favor anybody. Or because you don't like DOS or because you love DOS. No, tell us. Because today is 2023. We are coming to the end of 2023. And remember, our leader was kidnapped and renditioned in June 2022. June, and I think I'm correct. June 2022. That was, no, 2021. Yes, he was renditioned in June 2021. On the 28th of June, he appeared in Nigeria. So from that moment, if you calculate it, it is almost 2 years and a half. Yes, 2 years and a half. That is what it is. At the point we are today. Today is today is what? In date. Today's date is 26. So in the next 2 days, going to be 2 years and a half, but I'm going to make it 2 years and a half. That our leader left everything in the hands of other people, DOS, because DOS are the ones who collected it from Oyendu directly. So I want us to look at it in context. What, for these 2.5 years, I want you to tell us in all ramifications, in every angle. I want you to put it in all angles. Look at all the achievements of DOS, what they are able to do, what they have able to offer, how they have able to move this struggle, the points from point A to point B. Where have they managed to put this struggle at this point? So I want you to take us to this journey, Mazi. Journey of DOS, the result of DOS. I want you to give it to us according to what you know, not according to what you hear, according to what you know by yourself, not another person's report, but your own report. That is what I want to do. So you can take up the microphone.
Yeah, comrade. Without being biased, yeah, according to a businessman, after the business year, you have to take stock of what you have done, what you have achieved, whether your achievement this year was better than that last year, or whether your achievement last year was better than this year, so that you will be able to implement a new strategies, so that your next year might be much better than the present year you are. When it comes to the case of the DOS, what have been the achievement this year, as we are rounding up this year? I will say, not only me, a lot of people are disappointed because there is actually nothing to show for it. If our leader is still in the hands of the enemy, our leader, you see checkpoints on our territory, you still see the police, the military killings of our people, of our innocent people, then I wouldn't say they have achieved anything. Because actually 2021 was better than this year. That is what I would say. So without being biased, they have achieved nothing. And the worst part of it is they are not pretending. They are not trying to tell you, they are not trying to convince us, and they are not even trying to promise us that something will be done, we'll do better. So they have achieved nothing. If you ask me, according to someone that knows what is happening in IPOB, I will say they have achieved nothing. They are still underground. As they say, they are working underground. I just hope that underground system, I hope something comes out of it. So if you tell me to pitch DOS and Simon Ekpa together, I will say, though DOS have done nothing, but Simon Ekpa, we were expecting something bigger from him, but we have not seen it. But at least we are seeing something. At least we are still saying something. Though he fell short of our expectations, but at least we are seeing something. So, but as in other matter, Odregawa, so the DOS still have the opportunity, if they want, to turn back the hands of time, to do what they should do. But they know what they should do. They know what will bring our leader out of that place. I don't want to start saying it on radio so that our enemy doesn't hear it. They know. So I hope they start doing it, because now our enemy have known that they are weak, that they can't do anything. So they just throw one court date to you. After the court case, everything goes the same way, and you still wait for another 3 months. So it's uncalled for. They have gave us nothing. They have done nothing for us. And the question is, how long are we going to be waiting for them to do something? That is the question. At least if you can't do something, you step aside. So resign. But though they are not trying to do anything, but they are not trying to step aside. That is the mentality of an African. They want to be a deadbeat. You don't want to do something, and you don't want to relieve your position for people that might be able to do something. So that is where it gets annoying. And at the same time, you try to criticize the person that is doing what you should be doing. Not only criticize, you are ready to kill. You are ready to malign somebody's name. You are ready to blackmail. So that's where it gets complicated, So the DS have never done anything, and I don't think in the nearest future they will be able to do anything. So that is my take on it, comrade.
Okay. But in this program is it's not about who have done what we expect, because the only thing we expect at this point is Biafra. There's no other expectations that we have, because Biafra is the end of every problems. Even the release of our leader, if Biafra is declared tomorrow, our leader will come out. If Biafra is restored now, that our leader is still in the hand of the enemy, the next day he will be released, because now government will be talking to government. And you don't have no option to hold our citizen under your government. But what we are trying to say this evening, I want to go back to the beginning of everything, which was the 20 June 28th, when our leader appeared in Abuja. From that moment, remember, I want you to remember one thing, that from that moment, the ESN that our leader controls automatically falls into the hands of those men who parade themselves as DOS. Immediately, it falls into their hands. Now, remember, the money, all the finances, the unity, the survival of IPOB falls directly into the laps of those men that call themselves DOS. Because when we talk about DOS now, we are looking at 5 or 6 people. Now, Chike Doziem, Chinasa Nworu, Tony Nzurumike, Agbanyim, and which one? That European, that guy again. I don't remember. These are the people that, when you are making that comment, when you say DOS, these are the people that represent, that call themselves DOS now. The rest are nowhere to be found. But now I want to tell you something. I want to create this picture here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left in the hands of DOS, ESN, vibrant, powerful, dreadful, ESN, united, ESN. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left in the hands of DOS. IPOB that is united, IPOB that is focused, IPOB that loves and cares for each other. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left in the hands of DOS, IPOB finance, because it doesn't matter who is in charge of finance, but it is under DOS. Everything falls directly on their laps, because now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there. Automatically, they took over the affairs, the runnings of IPOB. Now, these things, both finance, they are financially updated, they are financially strong, they are financially stable to move this struggle, to make everything to go better than it is. Now, let's look at it from that moment till date. We managed to see ESN when they paraded them the other day before our leader's court case. I am not against whether they are serious or they are not. The point is that they called those men ESN, and I believe and I agreed that they are ESN. That means if you have taken everything away from them, do not take away the fact that they manage to keep some fractions of ESN together. That means ESN didn't die completely in their hands. That is a credit that is to be given to them, because if it is in examination, after writing, the marker must give you points where you made points. So, in that aspect, I'm not talking about whether they are ESN, ESN I used to know, like serious ones, whether they are highly equipped or not, whether they have metamorphosed into something bigger and something better. It's not what I'm saying. The fact that DOS managed to keep ESN, that ESN they showed us together, that is a pass mark on their side. I encourage it and I love it. At least that one did not die completely. Now, going to the next one, which is the unity of purpose, the united IPOB that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left in their hands, the IPOB that is full of love, full of care for each other, IPOB that was filled with courage, with zeal to restore Biafra. Let us look into that part, what they did with it. Now, they failed completely on it because they managed to crash the boats of IPOB unity. They managed to crash that brotherliness, that comradeshipness, that joy, that seriousness. Maz, I don't want you to close your eyes. I want you to open it because people are watching us. Whether you are meditating, but let your eyes remain open. Now, let me tell you, so they crushed it completely. They crushed it. Because now IPOB is not in one piece anymore. IPOB is divided. IPOB is, their morale is completely low. IPOB is not what it used to be. It is even beyond the shadow of what it used to be. Now, they failed completely on that, taking it into context. Now, looking at the finance, we also know that IPOB had series of fundraising where they call for men will come out and raise funds to keep running IPOB, to keep running ESN. We knew that IPOB was up to date with their finance. We knew that IPOB's finance does not have any problem whatsoever. But in the hands of DOS, IPOB finance is nothing to write home about as it is this moment. They destroyed it by trying to demonize the person that is in charge. They told the Biafrans that IPOB finance is not safe. They made people to know or to understand that the person in charge of IPOB finance is siphoning the money, which made so many people to pull away from contributing to IPOB, to the running of IPOB. So many people stepped down from sponsoring, sponsoring ESN. By so doing, they destroyed IPOB finance. They failed completely on that. They told us that they are doing something about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They told us that they have series of protests, not only sit at home. There are other things they told us about. They have it in quantum. They may not understand that they know how to deal with Nigeria. But for the past 2.5 years, we have not seen any kind of anything from them. We have not heard. When we ask questions, they will come and they will tell us that they are working underground and things are spoiling. Now, it is like a man or a son, the father gave him 20,000 rands or $20,000 and tell him, my son, this is the capital of my business. I started with $10, but today, as I'm passing it over to you, it stands at 20,000. Take it from here. And the father went on travel. Coming back, the father noticed that the money that he handed over to his son, he has depleted it completely. Nothing is left. That is what it is in the case of DOS. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu handed over to them, they have not managed to move the struggle from point A to point B. In fact, like you said, 2021 is even better than 2023. That means we are going backward. Instead of going forward, we found out that they are going backward. I don't want to say we are going because we are not involved. We are not part of that rubbish. That is why we are here. That is why this platform is established in the first place. Because we have to make the world to know that there are still men like us. So, now, everything that DOS promised us, they managed not to deliver, but not even one. They managed not to deliver anything at all. Yeah, go on.
Comrade, you have named a lot of things. You praise them on one side and condemn them on the other side. If I give you some 20 items and you destroyed all of them and you only kept one, you are a failure. You
Yes,
understand? You are a failure.
obviously.
So I wouldn't count those things as a success. I wouldn't count it as a success. You know, DOS, they told us, they made us know that they are wise. DOS are wise. They are educated. They go to school. They do this. Education only doesn't make you to be able to read and write. It makes you to be able to assess the person you are dealing with. It gives you the ability to be able to assess a situation and know the right solution to apply. I have told you this is programs. I will still say it today that with this lawyer stuff we are dealing with in the release of our leader can never solve the problem. Not today, not next year, not in the next 2 years. Nigeria is not the people you do law with. They are not. If you remember, I've said it in this program 3 times. We will keep going to court the next 5 years. They will not release our leader. They need something different. So I wonder why everybody that is in that position, that is so educated, so they can't understand this simple thing. We all grow up in Nigeria. We know what is happening. This place is a lawless place. They can never do it. Now we are stuck here again. DOS know all these things. But you know, the more they keep our leader there, the more they still stay in power because they love that position so much. You know? And come to talk of the ESN, yes, there are elements left of the ESN. Number one is, how are you even sure that those people are ESN? That is number one
Yes,
question.
listen, I made it. I touched. I said I don't want to go
Because of the stories we've had, about some ESN member, the DOS are controlling, having a Bubago ID card. We hear the story. We know the men on ground telling us directly what they saw. So
listen.
what?
Listen, I said before we start the program, what we're here to do is to assess their successes. And I said, I don't want you to say what you hear, only what you know. And what do you know? You know that there is ESN left, which the DOS themselves paraded for us. Now, whether they are ESN or not is not what I'm saying. Yeah. So what we are here to do this evening is to assess and give a comprehensive report on the successes, because this is like a football match. Someone up at the other side, DOS the other side. These two people are playing in the same pitch. Now it is time for result to come out. That is why we started with DOS, to mention or to list those successes. It doesn't matter whether it is one, because you said if you gave me 20 things and I'm able to, no, if it's one left, I want that one to be mentioned so that it will be on record that the day we made this program, DOS had scored but 1 point. It doesn't matter.
Thank you so much. I will, if I have to do it categorically.
Yeah.
In uniting IPOB worldwide, they failed.
Yeah, exactly.
The members, in uniting the members, they failed woefully. In uniting the executive, they failed woefully. In even giving our people the security assurance in Biafra land, they failed woefully.
Exactly. That's
Even
it.
in securing our people in Biafra land, they failed woefully. In expanding ESN, instead of expanding, it was shrink. They failed woefully. That even the people they call autopilot are even more united than them.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there.
So in all spheres, to me, to what we are seeing, what is on ground, what is on table, not what somebody told us, they failed. They failed. So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Which success are we going to give to them? There's no success here in relation to we were there before autopilot. We have more advantage of even moving this struggle further. That we're not supposed to be competing with them. We are not. We have every advantage. But they misuse the advantage. They misused everything. So if you come to ask me now, what achievement have they achieved within these 2 years that our leader has been in prison? The achievement they achieved was splitting IPOB into different functions, splitting the finance into different groups, which they are not even accountable. I can bet you today that they too don't even know. They don't even have somebody that accounts to them. In Russia Revolution, the people that were fighting the Tsar and with the president, what is it called, Lenin, they thought when they kill the Tsar that they will enthrone them to be the leader of Russia. Then after the Tsar was overthrown, then the man have to kill all of them because they know too much. That is what happened. They think they can remove Nene and put some other people there, and those people they put there now have done a coup against them. They became unaccountable. So that is what happened in such a scenario. If you tell them to give us an account today, they can't do it. The same thing they are accusing Nene for, they can't provide. So what were you trying to change when the thing you wanted to change, you can't even do it yourself? You were accusing Nene for accountability. You can't even account now because you don't even know how it's going, how the finance is going anymore. You can get some money few here and there, but you don't know exactly how it's going. So that is what is plaguing us. Even the people that try to install are not even loyal to them anymore. That is the problem of having a coup. The people becomes disrespectful. So they tried a lot in dividing IPOB, and I'm very sure no IPOB member will ever forgive them for that. Never. The damage they did, until our order comes out, it can't be amended. So that is a failure. It is not. They have not. To me, they have not achieved anything much. Nothing at all. For this, it's just a waste of time. If you okay, you know how we. This is how we calculate achievement, success here. Everything that comes up, it trickles down to zones, to units and stuff. Okay, comrade, you are a coordinator in your unit. I want to ask you, how many people are your members? The last meeting you had. How many people came to the meeting we had in Peru? That is how we calculate success. Because when our leader was there, you can relate. At least, even when the first time our leader was arrested, we never had a problem of not coming to meeting like we are having now. The first time he was arrested. Yeah, he was arrested then. He stayed about some years in detention. But still, our people were coming because then we had a strong leadership. There was no story of finance in Diego. No. People, though the spirit was down, but the people were still coming. But now, the body is down, the spirit is down. Everything is down.
Courtesy of DOS.
So what success are we talking about? That is how I calculate success. Because everything comes from the leadership. Everything comes from the leadership. We were discussing something. I just want to give you a scenario. We were discussing something. I don't want to say that thing on the radio now. I don't want to say. Maybe I can call you privately and discuss it with you. We were saying something. Some people in our group say, "Hey, Ndibo, that they will sabotage it. That they will call people, take money, and sell everybody out." I told them, "You are lying. That our leader trained 5,000 people, men, as ESN when our leader was in the position of leadership. Even no governor know about it. Does it mean that our people cannot sell out? No. When you have strong leadership, it is difficult for people to sell out. It is very difficult. So, in everything we are doing, strong leadership matters. Why didn't they sell out the men that are in the bush training? Why did they sell out? Because of the strong leadership we had then. So, how can you tell me because of our people? Every group, everybody has sellouts, but it is a strong leadership that makes those things selling out ineffective and reduced to the minimum. So our leadership has failed. We have failed. We are saying to them, we are saying it. We are not trying to destroy anyone. We are saying it so that they will know. So that they can go back and ask themselves, where have we gone wrong? What have we done wrong? That is why we are saying it. So, comrade, that is what I have to say.
But what about all these sycophants that surrounded them who keep fighting a proxy war? Because that is if I'm dealing with you and I'm not doing well, the only person that will tell me is you.
Yeah. Comrade,
so what about all those
the people they surround themselves with, the people they surround themselves with are the kind of people we had in Umuchuku writers. They just lick the boot. They don't, even if you watch Julius Caesar, it is not the people that tell you I want to kill you to your face that you should fear. It is the people that is praising you, telling you good things that you should fear. Because they are not telling you the truth. They surround themselves with a gang of reprobates that can't even tell them the feelings of the people. Not even the truth. Not even the truth now. The feelings of the people. You can't even tell these men the feeling, what the people felt. The reason why I knew that was the time, if you see when they condemned the killing of Nigerian army in Imo State, when the leader DOS came to condemn the killing of the terrorists in uniform in Imo State, The one guy that used to support DOS on Twitter, he that was the first time he expressed his feelings. He said, if you see the way people were against DOS in this condemnation of Nigerian army, then you will know that DOS is in trouble. He said, because he couldn't keep it anymore. How dare you condemn the killing of an enemy combatant on your territory? That when the enemy see you, he will not have mercy for you. Because it was another group that did it. So they are surrounded by the people that can never tell them the truth. So that is it. We saw it in Numuchuku writers. If you want to correct some little things, you will see people jumping on you, trying to malign you, destroy your character, call you names, saboteur, sell out, because you are trying to correct some little things. So they are surrounded, comrades, with bad advices. People that are, they are like, we became the leadership of the DOS became worse than Nigerian government, worse than Lai Mohammed, far worse. That they cannot even tell the president the truth, the simple truth. They cannot tell the zoo president the simple truth. It's like Lai Mohammed, far worse. So that is what it is. And they can never call a radio program for people to tell them, come and open a 4 or 2 hours radio program. Don't tell people to ask you questions. Tell people to air their opinion. What do you think about DOS? Let them do it. Or you should tell people to rate their activities, what they've done. Let's see what you will see what the people will say. But they can't do such things because it will open up their mess up. That is what it is. These people are surrounded. They are surrounded with gangsters that can never tell them the truth. So we shouldn't expect them to change very, very soon. We shouldn't.
So that means we are able to narrate and assess the progress of DOS, which is total failure. You agree with me?
I agree 100%. It's a total failure.
So DOS failed. For these past 2.5 years, DOS failed Biafrans, failed Mazinam.
If you run your business the way DOS is running IPOB, you won't be able to pay for your rent in the next month to continue your business. So that is not a success. That is not a success. So
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Now, even if they run their own family, their immediate family, the way they are running IPOB, I tell you the truth, the next minute their wife is leaving the home, they scatter their homes. So why are they running IPOB the way they are doing? Does it mean that they have ulterior motive to destroy IPOB? Does it mean that it's a deliberate act of sabotage? Does it mean that there is something that we, the eyes, cannot see that is going on? But at this point,
in this issue you raised, we can only assume. We can only assume. We cannot say exactly whether they That is what we have been assuming for a very long time. The possibility. Because nobody really knows their true intention of why they are running IPOB the way they are running. I have come to the assumption that some of these people don't have the capacity. They are not clean enough to run IPOB the way we will like them to run IPOB. They are not able to do some things. They are not even able to say some things. They seems like someone that is handcuffed. Their hands are tied. They are not vibrant. You can say they are compromised. You can say they are compromised because in that position, most times it's not easy, temptations and stuff. So we can only assume. We can only assume. So that is it.
Now, I want to show you something. This thing here is coming from China Sanworu, and he spoke this in Radio Biafra. Now, that was the reason why I asked that question. Are these men on a mission to destroy our struggle? Because as a leader, anytime you turn your gun on your subjects, then you are not on the same mission with them. Now, I will manage to read this out to you, to Biafrans, those watching us. Now, listen and listen good what he said. He wrote, I have taken enough from the IPOB. When you mean the IPOB is a compound word, meaning IPOB worldwide. Now it's not about individual. Because because what he said here is, I have taken enough from the IPOB. Now, he said, onwero. Okay, no, he was trying to say, onwere, any of them, nchori face, agame face here. That's what he's trying to say. Is there any one of them I want to face? I am going to face him. He's talking about IPOB. Then he said, Ilo munso mebuogi. If you come closer to me, I will kill you. Then he went on to say, I kill you because ha niile the wicked. Unu niile, unu the evil. Unu the ezigbote, evil. Coming from China Sanworu. Now, this is supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to be one of the DOS member, if I may say so. Now you can see, Mazi, look at it and tell me what manner of leader who wants the organization he represents to proceed will make such comments.
Comrade,
You want to say anything?
Yeah, what I saw in that write-up is frustration. Because how am I ọkụ na-agbazi ha na then Habido Fugeruezie. It's frustration because you think you one man can take on a whole organization and there will be no consequences. No, you cannot. You are frustrated. Even our leader Maz earlier in Western KPA never says such a stinking thing. Because for you to be a leader, you have to be very articulate. You must be guided by your action so that you don't get too frustrated to be spewing nonsense like this. Yeah. And in this speech also that he made also, he is actually in a way saying what he has been doing. Because okay, I don't want to go further because you said we should not say what we had, that we should only say what we know. Because I wanted to say that we got a lot of reports where he was sending men to go and kill some people. Yeah, he does it. So he's actually saying, because he thought it's just not all normal thing. All normal thing. Anybody that goes against his order, they will get some people to eliminate that person. So he thought it's just normal, you know. In the IPOB. So Oyama Bros IPOB. We are just praying. Let our leader come out. All these people will be swept away and they will not come back to Biafra land anymore. Because this shenanigan is getting too much. It's getting out of hand. So that is what I have to say.
Okay, now let's move. Now we're able to circle that of DOS and the achievements so far. Then we score them 0. Now let's migrate to Simon Ekpa, because I want to give a background about him. Because, like you said with what DOS had, this organization should have been somewhere greater than anybody. Nobody should compete with them. Not even, in fact, if that they utilized what they had, name Simon Ekpa will not be, nobody will be talking about it now. The reason why Simon Ekpa is talk of town of such is because he picked up where this man failed and he utilized it nearly perfect. Because a man that had nothing, he had nobody with him, only only listeners. Because you cannot call those who are listening to us now our followers. I mean our followers. I don't have a follower. I'm just a broadcaster and people are listening to me. They are not following me. They are not taking instructions from me. So that was exactly the situation of Simon Ekpa before Mazen Khan. He was just an ordinary broadcaster who broadcasts on his channels, who was doing his own with the little strength he had. Now, when that situation happened, now he had nothing. But today, I want us to assess him and assess his sources, because remember, you said what we wanted from him, he didn't give it to us the way we want it. You forgot that this person started from the scratch. He had no foundation. The only foundation he had was the name, Maazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was the only thing that Simon Ekpa had. The only resources he had prior to that was that name, Maazi Nnamdi Kanu. The rest, he worked it out. So we should deliberate on his achievements. Let us talk about how he started these things, how he managed to build it and get to the point that he is today. And let us score him and know if he is worthy to give any mark, or would we place him on the same level we place the other people.
Comrade, if I will be honest with you, I was still a member of Umuchuku Writers when Simon Ekpa started broadcasting. Even till now, I'm not 100% with him, but I'll be very honest. If not for jealousy and wickedness, if the DOS has accepted Simon Ekpa the way our leader ordered them to do, I will tell you, with his talent and stuff, IPOB will have moved to a very bigger place today. I said that and I stand on that. I gave somebody a scenario. If you know, in an organization that has policies, if you know somebody has a special talent that you want in that organization, you must be ready to even break your own rules to accept that person. You understand what I mean? If you put a rule that this person must swear an oath and he say he can't do it, first bring him in first. Let him be doing that thing you want. If you are honest in your heart, if you don't feel threatened, let the person come in first and start doing those things. This case was the case of Simon Ekpa and DOS. So Simon Ekpa was the person that started from nowhere. He started from our leader, when our leader said, you see this Simon Ekpa, listen to him. He is bringing our movement to a new dimension. That was the only word. Like in the Bible, when God said, let there be light. That was let there be light moment of Simon Ekpa. And he is what he is today. Even though he passed through blackmail, a lot of things. He is growing up. Yes, I said that he has not met my expectations based on what he say himself, but I will give him 80 over 100 because of what he was able to achieve and where he started. DOS started on a platter of gold. Years of hard work of our leader, bloodshed of our people. This IPOB was built on the blood of our people. That is where DOS started. But they have ruined everything. Simon Ekpa started on the word of our leader. That was where he started. See where he is today. So I don't have any animosity against Simon Ekpa. Because if not him, nobody will even be hearing the name of our leader today. Look at what is happening in Biafra land today. Every Monday he sits at home. It is now natural. Everybody know it now. That Monday is like weekends. Who did it? Who did it? And let me tell you, this Monday sit at home, even it will continue. Even when Biafra comes, you will see it. It will continue forever and ever. It can't stop anymore. Who did it? So We must forget our differences. Forget about which function you belong to. But if you see the truth, you must say it. That is how I operate. I have never paid my dues to Simon Ekpa before. I have never contributed verbally or through radio program to his activities before. Nothing. I have never done. But I still give him. Because all these things that happen, I saw it. I won DOS against especially Chinas and that belongs to the same platform I belongs to. Because as at then, he used to communicate directly to us. I told them, you guys should leave this guy alone. In freedom fighting, one group does not fight for freedom. Okay, now as he's shooting guns, now he has men. You don't have men. You do the radio talk or do the diplomatic work. Let him continue doing his own department where he know he's good at. Because let's be honest, one group doesn't get freedom. You are in South Africa here. We are all in South Africa here. We all know how this freedom was fought and won. We know there were about 5 parties that fought for this freedom. As long as you are honest, you want to fight for this freedom in truth and honesty, come out and fight. That is my belief. Let him do his own thing. Let him raise his own fund. The only thing then you should encourage him is to use his own name, change his name. He should not use IPOB. Let him change his name. Let him do his thing. That was my position. That was my position. Because when you leave what you're supposed to do and start criticizing people, then that person you are criticizing, you are inadvertently advertising for him. You made him what he is today. Some people are not even interested in listening to Simon Ekpa until you came to Radio Biafra and start talking nonsense against him. You made him what he is today. And you fed the snake, and the snake had overgrown. And the snake is not even a poisonous snake. He becomes a stone. It becomes, what is it called? A side stone that is holding our freedom, our struggle today. He is the strong stone holding our freedom today. Because if not him, what would have happened? How many people have ESN? How many times have ESN, men on ground confronted the Nigerian army anymore? Have you ever had it again? For a very long time. They're not confronting the Nigerian army anymore. If not for Simon Ekpa, Nigerian army will have, I will tell you, they will be running naked in our territory. At least now, if they are walking, they are hiding. They have it in their mind that somebody will shoot them from somewhere. If we have left that department for DOS, they would have fucked everything up. Nigeria will be running around, killing people in our territory. So Simon Ekpa has a job, has a duty he is doing. Nobody is perfect. He has his own duty he is doing, and he is doing it perfectly well. Had it be the DOS got their own duty and they are doing it to the level of Simon Ekpa, I can assure you there will have been a lot of difference in this our freedom today. But DOS have forgot who their enemy is. They have forgot who their enemy is, and they are chasing shadows. So Simon Ekpa is a good force. If you can't support him, shut up your mouth. Let him do what he's doing. That is my position, comrade. All hail Biafra.
Yes, all hail Biafra. Yeah, Maz, you know, the program is DOS and Simon Ekpa. It is a resort time. And let me remind our people, if you are joining this program, if you are watching this program, excuse me, I don't know what it takes from you sharing this program. I don't know why our people, I don't know if it is ignorant or out of negligence, or I don't know, or is it the same jealousy that is running in every DNA in our land? Why would you be watching a program and you cannot share that program? It is appalling. It is so annoying. You can't like, you can't share. You are just there watching. You want only you to watch. You want only you to share. You don't want to do not. It is quite unfortunate, but we must continue. So if you are joining the program, I encourage you to share the program, like the program. Very important. Now, Maz, remember, it is DOS and Simon Ekpa. It's a result time. Now, you told me that in your own calculations that you score DOS total 0.100. Then now you score Simon Ekpa 80 by 100. But you know, isn't here na so you going on a soccer. Scoring Simon Ekpa 80% is fine, but what are those things, those achievements? What are those things that made you to score him this high? You must
Thank you so much.
be able to list those things that he has achieved that gave him this mark.
I will only list the one I know.
Exactly.
Because even though all of them also they are working underground also. But DOS underground is much deeper than Simon Ekpa underground, you know? You know? Even in the front of the Zoo newspaper, you will see the achievement of Simon Ekpa. You will see that in the Bakassi Peninsula now, they have stopped the exploration of oil in the whole of Bakassi Peninsula. It's not about speaking on radio. It's about what the Nigerian government put on their own. It's not what Simon Ekpa said now. It is what Nigerian government put on their own newspaper. You understand? That is number one. Number two, for the past 1 year and a half now, if not Simon Ekpa, nobody will hear the name Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anymore. I hope you can agree with me on that. That is a very, very significant thing. And the significance of stopping the mining, the exploration of mineral of oil resources in the Bakassi Peninsula, do you know what it signals? It will send a message to the international community that something is wrong here. It doesn't only stop Nigeria from generating money and Cameroon from generating money. It stops. It sends a signal to the international community to tell them that no, there is something, there is no peace here. There is something we need to look into here. That is two things. The third one is the confrontation of Nigeria Army and police in our land. Before they kill and go, there will be no retaliation. You know, the worst thing that can ever happen to a struggle, a movement, because you know when I talk about peaceful means of getting freedom, I don't believe in peaceful means of getting freedom. I never believe in that bullshit because I'm a student of history, and history has taught me that no nation ever gets his freedom through a peaceful means. No country. No, never. So the worst thing that can happen to you in a movement like us, the one we are doing, is when the enemy kill you and there's no retaliation. That is the worst thing. Then you become free for all. Then we wipe all of you off. So that is the third thing he did. The fourth thing he did was the integration, not only the leadership of Ambazonia, but the fighters, the men on ground of Ambazonia, the integration of Ambazonia freedom fighters and Simon Ekpa boys, the integration, full integration. Is that not something to be proud of? They were so united now that even according to Nigerian news, Bakassi Peninsula now becomes, they can't cross. You can't cross there. Even there was a lady that used to drive bike from Europe to Africa. I watched her last program. She didn't even drive. She wanted to go from Nigeria to Cameroon. She couldn't go through the south. He has to go through north for you to know how hot the area is. So that shows you that something is happening there. Something is happening. So he has, I'm not talking about what he did that I did not know. I'm telling you what I know that he did. So at least if DOS was able to do 50% of what I mentioned now, at least we have been in a better position in this struggle. We will have been in a better position. So Simon Ekpa has done a lot with the few resources that he had. If the DOS that has maximum resources, maximum followership that was built for them, the house that was built for them, they did not build. The finance that was built for them, the radio that was built for them, everything was built for them. If they were able to stand on that thing in truth and honesty, they would have done exceedingly abundantly more than Simon Ekpa. But unfortunately, a man that was able to build himself up from the ground have done astonishingly much better than all of them combined. So who am I not to give him my accolade? I will salute him because it's not easy. If it is easy, maybe I would have been doing it also. But he brought himself out of thick and thin, out of everything, out of every opposition. He brought himself out, and he has shown us that yes, he can do it. So that is what I have to say, comrade.
Yes, you just did justice to it wonderfully well, because that is exactly what I was expecting from this program. I want to have details. That was why I always brought you back to, because I am the one who initiated the topic and I had something in mind. So I want a comprehensive, because on my own side, I remember vividly, like I said.
And comrade, another thing. Have you ever gone through Simon Ekpa comments whenever he posts something of Twitter? Have you ever gone through his comments before? If you go through his comment, you will see how united. Yeah, it's true. A house cannot be 100% united, but at least you will see how united all of them there are. How united everyone is. Go on, we are behind you. Go on, we are behind you. Anybody that made a bad comment, he will ask the person question. Can you explain? What do you mean? And he will laugh everything off. Because sometimes, you don't take everything serious sometimes. You laugh some off and you ask questions whenever somebody is trying to say something. But there is not even no avenue to even contact them. None. But you will see that there's a free flow of interaction in Simon Ekpa's Twitter feed. You will see a free flow of interactions, which is the way it's supposed to be. Though Simon Ekpa, sometimes the only thing I don't like much there is you are a freedom fighter. You have to put yourself in the mood of freedom fighting. You don't put yourself in the mood of holding a cup of wine and dancing, because there are men fighting and dying on the front line. So those things are things that need to be corrected, but it still did not stop our aim and objective. So that is all I have to say.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. So, in all capacity, like I said before, Simon Ekpa started from ground zero, where he had only a name to build on. Then he started. I remember vividly because from the beginning, I followed him. Immediately from the day he started broadcasting, the day he made the announcement that he has lost faith on Nigeria completely. I didn't know who he is, but I saw the post on social media where he wrote on Facebook, I completely lost faith on Nigeria after election, 2019 election, something like that. He made that statement. I have never heard about him anywhere. So I said, who is this person? Then as I started listening to him, he started coming up. And that was, he started to always changing the narrative of yesterday. So I was following him until his Mazen kind of caught attention. So Mazen caught attention. He kept doing what he's doing. So he was built until Mazen Khan came into play. Now, fast forward it, the time Mazen Khan was rendition, he had nothing. No resources, no followership, only listeners, only fan. He had only fan, but no followership, because nobody identified him as a leader. They only called him a broadcaster. In fact, some people, because then he was having all this super chat, some people was even calling him a blogger. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made that statement about giving him a slot on Radio Biafra, that was the change. That was what changed everything. Now, the problem started. Those who thought that he posed threats to them refused. And I remember one of his programs when people were telling him, sign documents, because they said that we are not giving him this slot because he refused to sign the documents. Now, people were saying, sign documents, sign documents. Someone ever came on one of his and said, you people are dumb. You telling me to, do you know what is in the documents? Do you know the documents that these people are telling me to sign? Then he made a revelation. He said, these people want me to sign away my page for me to broadcast on Radio Biafra. They enter Biafra, the YouTube page, because then he was in YouTube, and the Facebook, I suffered to build. These people want me to sign it off, hand it over to them before I can broadcast on Radio Biafra. And he said he will never do it. He said, I don't want, I said no. Now, leave me alone. Why are you people attacking me? Why are you fighting me? I don't want to sign. Then leave me alone. Go ahead and do your things. I remember then in his program, you don't come to his program to criticize DOS. He will warn you and threaten to block you if you continue. Even when the sit-at-home issue came, at a point, he was on the side of DOS. He said, okay, the DOS said, no more sit-at-home. Sit-at-home should die. Biafra, Simon Ekpa was not the one who started. Biafrans insisted on sit-at-home. The only thing that Simon Ekpa did was, there was a vacuum, leadership vacuum. He took advantage of it and gave Biafran people the leadership they crave for. Do you understand it? These are the achievements of Samuel Ekpa. He started by saying, okay, if Biafran wants it at home, let's give them it at home. It is their decision. It is their choice. And Biafrans did not even know who he is in real sense. Because I could remember then when he calls it at home, those people those Confucianists, those sycophants, they will carry their cameras and be walking all over the Biafran lands, making videos, mocking Samuel Ekpa. Samuel Ekpa persisted. That is one of the achievements that Samuel Ekpa made. One of the strengths of Samuel Ekpa is his consistency. He is consistency. If somebody is doing something you cannot do, you said no, I can't. You are stronger than me in this. The way he absorbed pressure is how, I don't know. He started going that way. Now, it get to a point where DOS started to attack IPOB finance. Because remember that when Samuel Ekpa started to raise fund, he was raising that fund on what's it called? Umweri account, which Madam Nenaya was in charge of. Until one day, the person, what is her name? Miss from America, Miss Madam Oyocha, something they call her. Oyibo.
Madam Oyibo. Yes.
Oyibo destroyed account, took over $700,000 in that account and went away. Then someone else started then change the platform, then continue using the Umweri account and raising fund for ESN. Because then ESN has started falling apart. They will be complaining there is no money. That is how it started. Some we call someone Ekpa. We don't have money. We don't have anything to eat. We are in the bush. We are wounded. There is nothing. Someone Ekpa will use whatever he had and send to them. That was how he started. Now men started migrating to his side. That is it. So he started taking charge. It is organic. It is not something he just grabbed from the top. No, it's very organic. So he started by doing all these things to the level where he made a program that after 28th of February that year, that DOS is going to die forever. That was when people started identifying with him. That was when, because I remember when autopilot came about. Autopilot was not Simon Ekpa's idea. People don't know. When Mazan Khan was renditioned, Simon Ekpa said in his program one day, Nigerian government arresting Mazin Khan, who is the leader of IPOB, is the worst mistake you made. Because now, the struggle of Biafra is on autopilot. Making the same statement of Mazin Khan. Now, the next day, it is all over the social media by the same people that Simon Ekpa is now autopilot. They're calling him autopilot. And when Simon Ekpa saw that this is going to be a very unique name, at least a platform to rally people, to get people who say, I am autopilot, he grabbed it. And he was progressing from one level to another, from one level to another. From there, he started moving to the point where he started forming a government. Do you understand what it is to form a government, a successful government, because at this point, he has a government in exile. And that government is functional. Look at, we're talking about 2 years that Mazi Kanu was rendition. Look at the achievements. Something that has never happened has happened in this struggle. There is, now they have a property they bought with their own money. The license office in America. They have license office all over the world. License office, workable ones, not stage ones. This is sign of a country that is, when you are serious to get something, you begin to establish those things, because that is the structures you need. These are the achievements of Simon Ekpa within these few days, without any resources in his hands when he started. Simon Ekpa made sure that, like you said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name is still floating. If you go on Radio Biafra, if you go on Nigerian dailies, both their and also their TV stations, you see Nigerian military, defense military, defense staff, Musa somebody, crying from one platform to another. In fact, Musa is advertising Simon Ekpa more than his media teams. If he is not a serious in what he's doing, it's not going to be possible. Now, you mentioned the unification with what is it called? With Ambazonia. Remember, these are the things we failed to mention when we're talking about DOS. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started it. And he initiated it. Not that he initiated it, he worked it out, both with Odudu, the former Oduduwas, because there is no more anything like Yoruba Nation. Both the former Yoruba Nation and the Biafra Nation and Ambazonia, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu succeeded in bringing them to one table, planning to bring Middle Belt to join. That was what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was working on before the zoo kidnapped him. Now, today, Simon Ekpa, when DOS came on board, they destroyed that unity. They destroyed it. The alliance with these people, with Amazonia, destroyed alliance with Yoruba Nation. They didn't even remember that there's nothing like Middle Belt Alliance. Simon Ekpa went to reignite that force, that unity with Amazonia, and made it even more stronger. Like you said, they form a very powerful force. Amazonia and Biafra. If you see, when they hosted the Finland Convention, that Ayaba was there live. It is not, if it's not a serious thing, he wouldn't be there. And if you remember, we lost the war because of that Amazonia territory.
Of course, we have treated that topic on this program before. I have treated the topic. So yeah, we know that.
Yeah. So now, Amazonia alliance to Biafra is very, very significant. It's very, very important to us, which we shouldn't have joked. Nobody should joke with it. It took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a lot to initiate that alliance in the first place. All DOS needed was to make sure that that alliance stands and continue, but they failed completely. Now, today, if you are in the news, you see that there is, according to Simon Ekpa, because this has, according to Simon Ekpa, there is unity with the Middle Belters. He has struck that, he already made that alliance possible now. Because these people, you see, this Middle Belt, there is no region in the zoo that is losing people the way they are losing people on a daily basis. In fact, let me show you one of their experiences.
ولله العزة ولرسوله وللمؤمنين ولكن المنافقين لا يعلمون. الله أكبر. لو يا نادو لا كررانغ ديلي. الله أكبر. الله أكبر نقول أنا لا نكرك ندنا تمكين سدين كم نقول يا كري على كم نقول يا كري على كم ني الله أكبر الله أكبر أجا كاندي
These things is being done in the name of God. Now, listen. What you just witnessed happened on the 24th of 24th. No, not the one of 23rd. In fact, from 20, 22, 23, 24, 25th, these people has been dying like chickens. They invade them on daily basis to murder them. This thing you can see. You can hear the guns shot. You can hear the sound of the gun. You can see the machine guns. That place they stood, you can see that these guys, the villagers wanted to share Christmas things. You can see those things that they want before this came and killed everybody. This is what these people are passing through. This is what the opportunity Simon Ekpa seized. Because if you, like you said, as a leader, you have to be articulative. You have to know when to move and when to stop. That is the point. So immediately all these things started happening. Simon Ekpa took the opportunity and it yielded a positive fruit, which today there is alliance with this Middle Belt. But the only thing that Simon Ekpa said is that they are going to raise their own army. Nobody is going to, no Biafran army, Liberation Army is going there. They raise their own army, then all the things they need will be provided for them to carry out and defend their land. It's only Biafrans that will do this. Because taking into account what these people did to us, what they stand for, what they are doing they continue doing to us, I don't think we need to look towards their direction. So this is it. So today, we have hope in this struggle. We still have hope in this struggle. Not because of the activities of DOS, but because of the activities of Simon Ekpa. And you must give it to him. You must give honor to whom honor is due. You must give him the prize that is due to him, because he did perfectly and marvelously well, and he continued to do. I did not expect anything more than he is doing. I don't want him to rush into something that he is not prepared for yet. Remember, in this war, everything is allowed. Propaganda allowed to psych the mind of your enemies. You can tell them, I'm coming to kill you, I'm going to do this, even when you're not planning to do anything, to psych them, to weaken them, to demoralize them. These are tools. And Simon Ekpa is maximizing it. He's using them perfectly. And we must give it to him. Instead of Chinas and Woru to do the same, or Chikedenze, they are turning to attack Biafrans and threaten them. I've never heard where Simon Ekpa is threatening to go after a fellow freedom fighter to kill. But the only thing I want to give them as my own advice is this. Let me show you something. I want to say it, whether they will listen or not, it's not my business. Our own in this platform is to bring the interests of everybody and make sure that nobody is encroaching to another. As long as you don't encroach on my part, I will not. Ebo bere ugo, ugo ebere. Now listen to this. Look at this. This is coming from Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. That is Simon Ekpa's chief of staff. And I think Simon Ekpa shared it. He shared it. That means that he concurred. Now let me tell you let me read it out. Anyone answering ESN in Biafra land today is an enemy of Biafra. Anywhere we get you, you will go down. The only army Biafra have today is the Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra Resistance Force and Air Force and Navy. No more ESN. Be warned. Who are you to make such statement? This is direct attack to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You don't do that. ESN is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legacy. As long as they are not coming for you, just like you said that when South Africa was fighting, they have groups fighting. You fight on your own, I fight on my way. Everybody must not be Biafran Liberation Army fighting with Simon Ekpa. We have one target. That goal is what? To defend our land and restore Biafra. As long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not make this statement, you don't, not even Simon Ekpa has the right to do it. Because now, what will the enemies do? I mean, those sycophants, those who surround ESN, they are going to use it against him. They are going to say, I will said it. His plan is to destroy ESN. His plan is to destroy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legacy. You understand it? Remember, ESN was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legacy. I mean, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legacy. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not come out to say no more ESN. So you don't have rights to do so. If you have your own army, Let your own army be doing what they are doing. Leave the so-called ESN. Leave the weakness ESN. Leave the weak ESN. Leave the armless ESN. Leave them. Let them be doing what they are doing. Focus on what they do. Do not try to destroy what you did not build. That is a mistake on the part of Simon Ekpa and his team, because, like I said, nobody is an island. Nobody. But this is what it is. You don't make such statements. The only person that will destroy it is Mazan, unless if you are saying that what Mazan kind of feels is not your business.
Comrade, can I chip in a little bit up on that statement?
Yeah, go on.
Comrade, if you remember, at the start of Simon Ekpa organizing his men, on many occasions, ESN has been used in ways that they are not supposed to be used. On many occasions, ESN has been used to target Simon Ekpa boys. That then it became like a gang war. Men were dying left and right. Even I can remember Chinaza Nworu's speech where he said this specifically. That onye ọbụla akpọrọ gị na phone, if a guy on ground, Simon Ekpa kpọọ ya na phone, iwe ka enye commander phone, ibujie the person aka. That if Simon Ekpa called so that he can speak with the commander, that he should cut the person's hand. That was what they have been doing. So, for them to be able not to get attacked every time, they want to eliminate ESN. Most of those boys are ESN, but the way they were treated, threatened. So what do you expect them to do? Yes, it's our leader that instituted that organization. But he's not here to oversee what is happening there. These people became an assassin for Chinaza Nworu in a way. But I earlier said ESN should be in the bush. They became an assassin. Start hunting thieves, criminals. It's not your job. In the process of hunting criminals, they are targeting their oppositions. So ESN were used in a way. That is why these people are very careful. And in struggle, build yourself up. Don't make yourself weak. If DSI has his men, build him up. Simon Ekpa has his men, build him up. Because freedom, after getting freedom, there will still be a war of supremacy. So it is an advice. It happens. This of South Sudan on Nutarankeha with Sudan, they still fight internal war for 11 years. They're still fighting. So you must build yourself up. Build yourself up to a level that you are matched. Because if your strength match each other, then you guys will be able to negotiate on a leveled playing field. Then you'll be able to say, okay, this is my territory, don't cross here. You'll be able to say, this is my territory, don't cross here. But when you're weak, the big one will swallow you up. So ESN has been used in a way that is not supposed to be used. And though the statement that was made was not supposed to be made.
Exactly my
putting
point.
into consideration a lot of things that they have experienced using the name of ESN. It won't be too, that statement won't be too, it won't be an incendiary to say. But it is very uncalled for, and it should not, for peaceful coexistence, it should not be said. Oh, here, Biafra.
Thank you. You know, exactly my point. I like I like the way he put his own when he was talking. He said, if we catch you carrying gun for Nigeria, you are gone. I like it that way. That alone covers all angles. You know, this is a mind war. There are things that is better not said in the open. You made statement. Let people read meanings into it the way they like. You understand it? But coming bold out like this, my fear is not that Mazan Khan may not have problem with that, because he already heard or know the activities of ESN is not what he intended for them. But some people, those mischievous people, those sycophants, those people that is running around the internet, instigating division in our midst, we grab this. Like, this thing is shared in both in China's and Moru's Twitter page. It's there. He grabbed it. Let me see. Let me see what okay, look at what he wrote. Because if in this game, this freedom is a game, you must fight it, and you must understand the pattern the enemies are coming. You must understand the weakness of the enemies, because they are looking for your own weakness to explore. So if you own your own weakness is left. So now, Tina Sanwo tweeted it. Look at it here. Tina Sanwo said, since the release of at ESN third anniversary video, the criminals using the name of ESN, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB in their criminal activities and fraudulent fund raising are crying. Their sponsors are questioning them. What is happening? We thought you guys said you have taken over ESN. You told us you have destroyed ESN. I bet you all the outcome of the emergency security meeting by the IG of police is what warranted the infiltrators and their agent provocateurs to make this public announcement. We shall see. Now, he posted this thing. Now, those emotional fools, those sycophants, those fools, those who don't understand the game, we run with this. Because you have given opportunity. Because they have said you want to destroy ESN. You want to destroy ESN. You were using ESN to raise fund in the past. Suddenly, you destroyed ESN. And these people told you that there is ESN. Leave them with their ESN. Then watch. If anybody encroaches, if anybody tread on the path that he don't supposed to tread, you deal with the person accordingly. Don't make it public. Don't tell us because Mazi Kanu did not say so, and you did not institute it. Therefore, you don't have power to destroy it. That is the problem. Just like the Liberation Army of Mazi Kanu, somebody to come in to say the Liberation Army is completely dead. Nobody's no. You are creating direct war. It's not needed. That is my point. That is why I raised this topic. So we love what they are doing. Absolutely. I myself, I love it. In fact, some people said in the past, accused me of autopilot. This, I said, what is autopilot? I don't know. It doesn't exist. I am here for Biafra. I don't care where the Biafra is coming from. All I need is Biafra. Restore Biafra. I am tired of this destitute life I'm living. I'm tired of this life of hopelessness. Look at what is happening in the zoo. Look at what's happening in our land. You made mention of what is it called, roadblocks. My brother, our people literally walk past those roadblocks with their hands off. I mean, on the air. That is the length. That is the gravity. That is the where we are. And you are there talking arrant nonsense, making someone by your Nigeria. That is disheartening. That is, I am so broken when I look at these people, the way they reason, the way they behave, and I don't know what propels them. But at this point, we will be coming down. We will be coming down and round off this program. Having looked into these achievements so far, what we want both DOS and someone else to know is that in this struggle, it is for the interests of Biafrans. It is about Biafra. It is not about anybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has sacrificed everything, still humbles himself to the point where he is today. Humility is the key. Be humble, be focused, and let us find a way to resolve our differences. Whether you call yourself DOS, if you repent today, makandi bosina osita adenamma, okadewaragbo. Let us know that what's doing well. If you say they are fighting for Biafra, for the freedom of your people, fight it. Do not make it a personal thing. Biafra is all we need. And remember, we will not stay here forever. So even if you get us Biafra today, when your time reaches, you go. You are not staying. So it does not matter who gets Biafra. What matters is that we succeeded. We concluded what our fathers started. That is what matters to me. And I think that is what should matter to every person that says that he or she is fighting for Biafran struggle. So Mazi, I want you to say look into the program we had this evening, then gather everything together and give us your parting words.
Thank you, my coordinator. The word I used to conclude this program is not different from what I used to say if after criticizing the DOS, that they have a role to play. Everybody in this struggle have a role to play. But they have a greater role to play by setting the stage right. At least, if they don't want to add anything, at least they should bring it back to the way it used to be. I think that would be much better. So that we won't have this struggle of confusion. Because there's confusion everywhere. And it started with the DOS. And I'm very sure if that confusion can be resolved from the DOS, the other confusions on ground will be lessened, will be very easy. So I'll be urging them the way I used to urge them, that peace with all. will be very is needed in this struggle, and for their own sanity also, because Sina Saboro is getting he's getting insane now. For his own sanity, for his own well-being, for your own mental well-being also, peace in the struggle is needed so that we can move ahead. Because they started this confusion. I can't blame Simon Ekpa for anything. Where I will blame him is when he come for peace and Simon Ekpa refuses. That is where I will blame him. So we need all parties to come on board for this one mission of Biafra. It's not too late. We can do it. We have been doing it before. When our leader was there, it's not that problems doesn't come up. It's not that problems doesn't come up in an organization. It is the way you handle that problem. That is what determines the direction the problem will go or the problem dies. Our leader, this thing happens when our leader used to be there, but he sorted it out in a way that it will not affect the struggle. This is what we expect from DOS. Let them come out today. It should be their New Year resolution that here better than 2023 and then at 2023. In 2024, we want to turn a new leaf so that we can move this struggle ahead. That is what we want from them. And to Simon Ekpa, whenever they stretch a hand of friendship, of reconciliation, I'm sure you will accept, and you should continue doing what you're doing. You should continue doing what you're doing. You should intensify your efforts in doing what you're doing, and yeah, if you are listening, if you have any advisor in Western Cape here, would like to speak to him, give him some of our advice also, so that we can move ahead. Thank you so much for listening to this program, and my coordinator, thank you for bringing me also to this program. I'm very, very grateful for that.
Mercy, before we round off, what is your expectations for our struggle in general? What is your expectations for 2024? Because you may not appear again this year on this program, on this platform, but I want you to give what do you expect for us? Because in 2024 it's a brand new year.
My expectation in 2024 is not the release of our leader if strategy is not changed. If the strategy we used to approach the Nigerian government did not change, our leader will not even come out in 2024. So that is what I'm expecting from them in 2024 is a change of strategy. They must know that we are in a violent revolution. We are not in a peaceful agitation for freedom. Let them remove the word peaceful. That is the strategy that must change. The peaceful strategy must change. That is what I want. If they can remove that strategy, the peaceful strategy, then you will see. I will bet you within the middle of the year of next year, our leader will be released. Because Nigeria does not want anything peaceful. They see peace as weakness. That is what you must know. Fulani people see peace, you being peaceful, as weakness. So that must change. If it doesn't change, we will still come back here next year and still discuss why our leader has not been released. We'll still come back here next year, December, and still say the same thing. So our strategy must change. And if you know you are in a leadership position, you cannot do what it takes because of maybe the country you stay or for some inconveniences, you step down. You step down. We will accept your resignation and let the people that can do the doing step in. You may be in an Arab country that has a good relationship with Nigeria, and you were thinking that, okay, if I do some certain things now, they can arrest me overnight because the country is not a democratic country. They can throw me in Nigeria the next morning. We can understand that. We understand that. But why sitting in that position? Step aside. We have capable people that can do the violence. We have capable people. So what I preach for next year should be, what I expect next year should be a change of strategy. That our enemy knows us, but we seem not to know our enemy. When our enemy are coming to us, they are coming with AK-47. When we are going to them, we are going with court orders. I would suggest all lawyers be disbanded and let us face our enemies the way they are facing us. Because we know our leader has nothing to do with them in the courts anymore. He has won them. We know it. So what else are we even doing lawyers and going to court for? Nothing. We must step up. Our enemies have stepped up. They have seen our peacefulness as weakness. So that is what I expect to see in this new year. Or Hail Biafra.
Yes, do you foresee Biafra coming soon, maybe in 2024 or soon thereafter? Do you foresee Biafra coming? The way things are going.
That is it. No. I did not.
Okay.
I did not. The only thing that brings Biafra is we must turn up the heat. When you turn up the heat, then our leader is released. Then from our leader, we will know which way forward.
Okay, are you saying that with our leader being inside in the hand of Nigeria or anywhere, that we can never achieve Biafra? Is that what you're saying?
It's going to be a bit difficult, yes.
Then we are all a bunch of failures. If
it's
we
going
leave,
to be
listen, if that is the case,
comrade, when we turn up the heat, they will come for negotiation. They will give them the time for negotiation, release our leader first. That was how it was done in this country. Everywhere was burning. They came for negotiation. They said no, that Mandela must be released first. That was the first condition for negotiation. As a goodwill gesture, Mandela must be released. Then when Mandela was released, all the whole parties, this Communist Party, everybody came together, sent their representative for negotiation. So that is the first goodwill gesture if they want peace, to the release of our leader. Then other things can follow. Except there's another strategy, which I don't know at the moment. You understand? Because I seen Uche Dinichi. So except there's other strategy that Simon Ekpa has, which I don't know. But as a student of history, according to what is done where we are located today, this is how it goes. So
continue.
What I believe Simon Ekpa is doing is exactly what I'm saying. Turning up the heat against the enemy. Turning it up. Then when we're turning it up, when they are complaining that you are killing their soldiers, they are killing their police, then you'll be telling them, release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So that is the strategy I believe Simon Ekpa is using. Except he has other strategy, or except DOS will come up tomorrow and formulate another strategy. But as at this moment now, all party, we must focus on turning up the violent heat against the Nigerian government. That is the only way. That is the only way we can be able to get our freedom. Because if they release our leader now, hey, I'm assuring you that Biafra will not take 3 months anymore. 3 months is too long. You will see the whole spirit that has been sleeping will rise up. You will see what will happen. Our people have been sleeping for a very long time. It is the release of our leader that will arouse that anger and that demon. You will see. So for Biafra, the fastest way for Biafra to come is the release of our leader. That is the fastest way. Through pressure. Through pressure. All these ones they are talking about, they are hailing Ohaneze governors. All those people, they cannot do you what you can do for yourself. Yeah, it's painful, it's grinding. There will be loss of life, people will die, but that is the only option. We have come too far not to know what Nigeria is all about. We have come too far. So that is what I have to say, Kamala.
Mazindewo, I sincerely appreciate your in-depth analysis this evening, and I believe that Biafrans also felt the same. And my word to Biafrans is that we must continue to fight. We don't have to sleep. We don't have to do that. We don't have to behave like Peter in the Bible. When Christ died, he went back to his fishing business.
Comrade, I have two strategies for releasing our leader. Two strategies. The first strategy is what I told you. The second one, I don't want to say it on air. So that I don't want to say it on air. Those are the two strategies. You know, it's happening everywhere. But the laziness of we that call ourselves IPOB, we don't even have time to reason. We like to go the easy way of going to radio, gossiping on radio. We have done this for 2 years, it's not working, and you still continue doing it. We have done Twitter call, sending tweeting. We have done it for 4 years. We are still continuing doing it. Because it's only a fool that does something the same way and expect a different result.
Yes.
Twitter Tuesday. We have been doing it for 5 years. Why are we continue doing it? We go and tweet. We want the easy way. Making noise on radio, easy way.
That is exactly.
Freedom is not easy. It is not.
That is exactly why I doff my heart for Simon Ekpa and
yes,
because he never stayed at it. He moved from one point.
That is why I said I would like, if he has a representative in Cape Town, I would like us to sit down and talk.
Exactly. I cannot argue with you on that, but the fact is, you just said it. In life, you must progress. You don't stay one place.
Don't stay one. If you do this, it doesn't work. You change.
You change. And if you are doing something, even if it's working, you keep expanding it. You keep making it. That is why we are where we are today. Go back to the history of Mercedes. Go and look at the first Mercedes Benz. They keep expand. They keep innovation keep happening. They keep, that is it until where they are today. And it will not stop there. That is what it is. It can't be. You can't say you are fighting for freedom and you stack one place. Like, it's crazy. That was why I asked you the question I asked you. But looking at the path that Simon Ekpa is towing, if all things be equal, at least he's able to give us a clear view of where we are going to. At least we can see if things continue this way. This is where we can be in the next 6 months. We can be so in the next few months in the same. Not you being stuck, coming to Radio Biafra to yap nonsense. Equally, go and sleep. Just like we are talking, after this program, I climb my bed and sleep. That ended until I come your way again. You don't do things like that. If you say you're in a position, you must, if, like you said, if you are not free because of where you are, resign. There are people who are willing, who has all it takes. Imagine if Simon Ekpa does not have the backings of the Finland. Would he be able to do what he's doing with audacity? No. Because he qualified completely. He qualified. There are people like that all over who are willing to take center stage. That is it. So if you are limited by your environment, why not say, okay, as where this thing, the stage it is now, I cannot continue. Let somebody who is more capable take position, my position, so that we can achieve this thing we are looking for. So in 2024, first thing I want is I want unity of purpose. I want Biafrans to, no matter who you are, whether you are DOS, whether you are Simon Ekpa, anything you are, there is no, if you say you love Biafra, if you said you love Biafra, and you are actually fighting for it in all truthfulness, you must be able to put your ego down. Secondly, it must be put aside. You must be able to do everything to unify everybody. If you reach out to the other person and he refuses, it is fine. You have reached out to the person. But do not be rigid. It is not how a freedom fighter should flow. Let us unite and see. I believe that Biafra is coming soon. I don't believe that Biafra is not coming. If I don't believe that Biafra is coming soon, I won't be here. I tell you the truth. The only thing that propels me, the only thing that pushes me forward is the thought that Biafra is coming. Is the thought that Biafra is coming soon. And I believe it. And I know that Nigeria also know that Biafra is coming. It is completely out of their hands right now, as it is now, as it stands now. If we can have unity, if we can join our hands together, that's the Nigeria you see today, you see them no more. The only thing that still keeps Nigeria is our disunity. It's our disunity. Mazen Kanu being there is a very big opportunity for us to actualize Biafra immediately if we had known what to do. He's been there. It's opportunity. We're not supposed to wait for him to come out and restore Biafra again. He has restored Biafra. That is why he is there. When Mandela went in, he didn't come out to start fighting. He came out as a free man and as a free South Africa. That is the situation we should be targeting at this point. We should flow to the level where Nigeria will have no other options than to call us for roundtable. Because if we are doing what they should be doing, Mazi Kanu should be negotiating right now. But why does it seem as if it's not? Because we have failed completely. Do you think Mazi Kanu would expect us to be doing what we're doing? The answer is no. Do you think Mazi Kanu would expect that we should wait for him to come out and go back to Radio Biafra and start evangelizing again? Evangelize what? What has he said that he have not said before? Even Simon Ekpa started the other day. He's no more coming to Radio Biafra to his channel for what do you call, for program anymore. He has left that position. He has crossed that level. That is land left for his media warriors. That is no more his stake now. He has passed that level. That is what we should be looking at. So, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world, you that joined us in this program, I am so grateful that you are here. If you have not shared the program, please do the right thing to share the program before you leave this page. Do not go away without sharing this program and liking it. We love you. We love Biafran. Mazi, I thank you. I wish you a very prosperous new year. I know the next time you may be appearing in this program, we'll be looking at 2024. Happy 2024.
It will be next year.
Next year. So I'm happy that you come to this program this evening. May Chukwu Okabiyama continue to bless you and bless your family too. And my humble regards to your family.
Thank you.
Fellow Biafrans, I thank you for staying with us this evening. We love you as always. And I will never stop loving you. And we must continue to pray for our leader, Oyenduma Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for his release, pray for his well-being, pray for his good health. Pray that the enemies failed in every plans against him. May they fail completely. Sure. And in everything you do, know that Biafra is the reason we are here. Until I come your way again, fellow Biafrans, it is from me, from here. Yeah. It is good night. Man.
Show